Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 16th to the 31st, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Also remember, do not respond to anybody who is soliciting you in the comment box below, pretending to be me, asking to give you a reading. I will not be doing that. That is an imposter. That is a person who should be reported to YouTube. And if you can bring them also to my attention, though I am trying to keep abreast of the matter. So thank you so very much. Now let's dive into this reading. First, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. So let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, 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 Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Ooh. Fantastic. Let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. These three. So we're starting off with family, the root chakra. the family you were born into, the family you were raised by, the family you have chosen for yourself. Then we have soul's healing, the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. And then finally, we have holistic health. Again, the root chakra coming through. This is being your holistic self, but this is also looking at what your body needs, what your soul needs in order to be the best possible you, in order to move forward in your prosperity and in your blessings. So the left-hand side is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So we start with the page of coins. That is Pentacle energy, Earth sign energy. What is it? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There we go. Then we have the page of cups. So you're coming through right as a student. So that is absolutely beautiful. Water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, and of course you, Cancer. It's going to move my camera just a bit. Okay. Then you have the Death card, strong Scorpio presence here. Also a lot of learning through transformation. And you will see this as a transformative time. You have the 8 of Wands. Things are changing. Things are moving forward for you. And it's kind of like the 8 of Wands is ready or not. Here it comes. Like Spirit is bringing it forward. You have the Lovers, crowning your heart. So love is most definitely crowning your heart during this time. This is also Gemini energy, May 21st to June 20th, especially if you're born on the cusp with Gemini or if you have Gemini in your chart. This is coming through very powerfully. The Queen of Swords, amplifying the Gemini energy, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The 8 of Swords, you now have the repeat of the number 8. And the 9 of Swords. So there's this beautiful transformation. There's this beautiful power, this queen of, this warrior queen, this queen of what you want. And then there's doubts and fears that hold you back. So your heart is in a bit of a tug of war, Cancer. You have the Chariot. You're crowning yourself in the public arena, in your public life. You're going after what it is that you want, even if at times you're not exactly sure what it is that you want. You are moving forward with this ferocity and intensity of spirit. The 5 of Swords. This is karmic debts coming forward. This is doubts, fears, generational curses, which sound so intense, but it's the negativity that was spoken over us by our parents, by our family, by whomever raised us, as we grow, and it's passed down through the generations. So it was spoken over them by their parents and so on and so forth. And here, there's something that you're looking at, and you're rising out of darkness, doubts, hurts, pains, disappointments, to embrace the Knight of Coins, to embrace yourself moving forward in your prosperity. So that's super cool. I really like that. There's power here. Again, there will be this push and this pull. It's kind of like at times you're going to feel like you're taking steps forward and then you're taking a few steps back. And there is a sense at times where you can get really discouraged with yourself and think, I'm just never going to get there. It never works out for me. It works out for other people. And you can be really hard on yourself. So that's going to be something you need to be mindful of during this time, to not let despair get you down, and not let other people's opinions about how you should live your life and how you should be moving yourself forward impact you, greatly or at all. It's kind of like, okay, I still need to be moving forward in my truth. And that's going to be a very powerful part of you during this time. So let's see the people who will be aiding you. Cancer, January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. Who will be aiding Cancer? January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. Who will be aiding Cancer? January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. Angels. Okay, there we go, these two. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Fantastic. And show me clearly. So we have here the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who is very grounded. This is somebody who sees things in a very certain way. So this can also be a person with, at times, you kind of butt heads with, because they're going to see things one way and you're going to be seeing them quite a different way. But because this person aids you, this person has you like embracing this stability, embracing this security. You're the water, you're the river running through the land, and they're the ones to kind of like like, okay, so this is funny, but Spirit is showing me, you know, when you played, like, what was it called? I forget what type of bowling it was. Duckpin bowling, I think that's what it was called. And you know how you have the bumpers up, or when you were little, you got the bumpers up if you went bowling? And this is going to act like those bumpers, this thing to keep the river on course, the land that keeps you moving forward. And I do feel you kind of like bumping over off of it. It's like bumping off of ideas, looking at things more for the long term, and kind of taking yourself out of the comfort zone of your creativity, of your heart, of what your soul desires, and sitting there and looking at what you need prosperity to move yourself forward towards the bigger picture, towards what is so intensely and powerfully important to you. And this is going to be a person now, either in your real life or somebody who inspires you through any form of media that helps ground you, helps you look at things. And it's also going to challenge things, because I do see you kind of butting heads sometimes with, well, why can't it be like this? And why can't I move forward like that? And this person, because they are an earth sign energy, can be very kind of strict in their ways, but there is going to be the sense of you incorporating some really good qualities into what you want from life and into the way that you're moving forward, and then building off of that and seeing yourself like taking root and really being empowered and really looking at the lushness and the prosperity that lies around you and before you. And then we have the Strength card. This is a person, this is a really developed Leo. Now this could be a Leo, July 23rd, there we go, to August 22nd is the time frame. This is a person who, they don't necessarily have to be the signs, like the earth sign energy or Leo. It's somebody who exemplifies this personality during this time. This is somebody who's going to be astoundingly strong, but they're not going to be traditionally strong. So when you look at them, you're not going to see bulging muscles or anything like that. They could actually appear rather frail, but they're going to be some of the strongest willed, strongest, loving, strongest people that you ever meet. There's going to be iron to them, and there's going to be this will to them that keeps them going. It's kind of like what Kipling says, when there is nothing left in you except the will, which says to them, hold on. And that's what they embrace here. It's kind of like they've seen storms, they've seen doubts, they've seen fear, and they haven't let it corrupt them. They haven't let it take away the joy, the beauty, and the greater understanding that they're getting from life. And that for you, Cancer, that's a huge thing. That is absolutely ground shaking, to have this power move you forward, to have this strength be a part of you, because that's going to be something that really inspires you. That no matter what, there is strength. Now, there is doubt, there's fear, there are times where you can lose your way and, just be kind of crying on the bathroom floor or in your bed and despairing. But there is the strength that keeps you moving forward and keeps you, sitting there and saying, this is my truth. And that's what you see within this person. It's like you might even know their darker moments, their tear times, but there is a sense here of really being privy to their strength and really seeing that strength. And it just has you looking at things so differently and so like, wow, this is truth and this is power. And then it moves you here to the Queen of Pentacles. So you have the King and the Queen right here. So it could be a person who has like the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine really working with them. The Queen of Pentacles is prosperity and abundance, and it's this vibrational energy that calls you to wealth. And it's going to be really connected here. And Spirit's saying, it's connected with the root chakra. So I'm just going to take both of these. So this is family, and this is holistic health. So you're going to see and be looking at things that have been inherited from your family, from, as you've grown from the family that you've created for yourself, things that are playing off of you or that you are playing off of right now. And it's the energy that is around you, the energy that has, been settling at your core. So family here at your root chakra, it's the energy that you pull from, but they can also be showing here like patterns. Okay, so it's kind of like, well, we always just get sad in the winter. Oh, we always just have to struggle a bit harder. Or, oh, we always, and you're going to start seeing patterns, and you're going to start looking at them here, Cancer, and saying, how do I have this soul's healing with the soul star chakra come forward and heal what seems to be the patterns of my creation, what seems to be the patterns of my world? And it doesn't have to be that you know the patterns. So if you don't know the patterns of, let's say, the people who birthed you into the world, you are going to see the patterns that you have been perpetuating over time and the way spirit has been growing with you. And you're going to be looking at things and saying, what is the best for me? How do I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? How is it that I am being my authentic, holistic, powerful self? And you're going to see yourself breaking down barriers. You're also going to see yourself really looking at the energy that you're taking in, at the food that you're taking in, the drink that you're taking in, and saying, what has the most positive effect on me? And also, what has the negative effect on me? What is it that I can eliminate from my diet that starts to make me feel better? Because our food is astoundingly powerful. It powers us. And to have good fuel in us, but also to see how our body reacts to the food that we eat is so important. And a lot of times we just don't think about it. So here there's a sense of moving towards the more holistic, the more natural, the more empowering for your spirit energy, and also taking care of yourself. And you're going to see that it really does have the soul's healing around you. It has this light kind of coming down on you and saying you are moving towards a profound and powerful healing that takes you out of, well, this is the way it always is, and moves you into a place that says, this is the way it was supposed to be. This is the way that I am freed. And as you do this, you become a student of your prosperity. You become a student of the seeds that you are planting within your life, within your body, as you are nourishing yourself, okay, within your ideas and within what you want from life. And you're also going to see that as you look at the power that is around you, and also as you embrace kind of the darkness that has been around you. I'm seeing this very much, as like either perpetuating, and it's generational curses. It's that negativity that was spoken over you. And it's become such an ingrained part of who it is that you are, that you were carrying that forward. And now there's just a severe part of you that is saying no more. It's like you've woken up. And there's a powerful sense here, Cancer, that you have woken up. And you're looking at the way things were and saying, but it's not okay. Like, I'm not okay with that anymore. I need to plant the seeds of greatness within me. I need to look at the coins that I have and not hide them away, the blessings that I have, and not hide them away or think, oh, everybody has this. And see the power and the beauty and the truth that is me. And you're going to be, for a lot of you Cancers, you're going to be discovering things about you. You're going to be sitting there and saying, oh my gosh, I didn't know I had that allergy. Or, oh my gosh, I didn't know that that was affecting me so much. Like, I didn't know that I was affected by the preservatives put into things or stuff like that. And you're starting to free yourself. You're doing it little bit by little bit to embrace your health, your well-being, your power, you're coming into your own. And as you do this, you look at you and you're like, oh, this is my truth. Like, this is my truth. And of course, I'm not a medical professional at all. And of course, consult one. But it's also looking at what just makes you feel good. What makes you feel good and what makes you happy and what is lifting the weight off your shoulders or the fog from your mind. And you're going to see this with the Page of Pentacles. You become a student of what you are planting, of the prosperity that is around you, of how to harness this, of how to move forward with it. And then you become a student here, Cancer, and I love that you are such a profound and brilliant student during this time of what you love, of what you're turning into your reality, of the power that you're moving forward with the truth that is around you, with the passion that is guiding you. And so here, with the Page of Cups, you are looking at what it is your heart needs to thrive and survive. So it's like the water that you use to water the plants. Like, plants cannot survive without the water, without the nourishment. You cannot survive. You cannot plant the seeds without looking at your heart and saying, what is holding me back? What are the cobwebs that have wrapped themselves around me, that have kept me down, that have kept me from moving forward, that have made me doubt myself, that have made me look at the new ways forward, like new opportunities, and said, well, that's really cool for somebody else, but that just can't be for me. And you're going to see yourself really starting to free yourself from the chains. You're starting to see yourself moving forward in a power and in a grace and in a claiming. There is a claiming here of what it is that your heart needs to thrive. Because you and your heart, Cancer, are so profoundly intertwined. I believe that we are all intertwined with our hearts. I believe that we are emotional beings, and we tend to ignore that emotional aspect of ourselves. But as we call forward that emotional aspect, and as we look at our hearts and we look at our minds and say, neither one can rule, but they both get to have equal respect within my being, within myself, you see yourself become empowering, and you look at your heart, your desire, and the way that you are crafting and turning and molding this truth, the way that you are, putting the herbs together and making a healing salve over what has kept you held back for just way too long. And then it leads you to the death card. It leads you to a dying away of the old self and a rebirth of the new. The death card, Scorpio energy, time frame October 23rd to November 21st. This is a sense of, I just see this is a sense of a release. But this is also a bit of bitterness. And I'm not saying this to speak negativity. See, I'm saying it as Spirit shows it. But it's kind of like, how could I have moved forward if this wasn't what I had to deal with? Like, what if it all didn't have to change? So the death card shows the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. And it shows us transforming as individuals. And there is a sense here of embracing this transformation, but also feeling a bit resentful. It's kind of like, why couldn't this have come earlier? Or why did this have to happen now? Or why can't I be who I was before? I really loved that person, and that person seems to be gone. And what you're looking at here, it's not the fact of what you loved is no longer coming back. You're looking at the fact of what you love is transforming. Who you are is transforming, because divinity has a goal for you. A divinity has a place that they want you to be, a power that they want you to embrace, that is sitting there and having you look at things so much more openly, so much more honestly, for your soul, for your spirit, for yourself. And you couldn't be the person that you were. So there is going to be a bit of mourning. There is going to be this sense of, oh, I lost that, or I lost that time, or, I wasted my best years. And divinity is saying here, you didn't. Just don't go down that path, because that path can lead towards the doubts and the despairs and the nightmares. And what divinity is showing you here is that you're rising. You're rising to new heights. You're embracing new power. You are much more skilled and much more ferocious than you give yourself credit for. And that's a really good thing, because as you're seeing yourself transform, you're seeing your world move in a way that kind of sweeps you up in it. Yeah, and you're being swept up here. I just had to look at the scene, because Spirit's like you're being swept up in the dance, in the rhythm, in the movement of life. And you're going to see yourself moving forward in a way that you didn't think you would. You didn't think this would be your path. But you're going to start, because you have this beautiful, crane here, and you have this power moving you forward, and you have insights coming from unexpected places and spaces and people, that you're going to see yourself starting to step into this bounty, step into this truth, transform, become, hold on to what it is that you desire. And you're going to see the world moving you forward, and you're going to feel this call that is pulling you, and you're going to think, this is a time, and I've seen this time and time again during this time, of why not? You're going to think, why not? Like, why not try it? And it can be something as simple as, my brother said to me one time, and this changed my life, and that's what I keep on seeing here. He said to me, he's like, why don't you stop eating gluten? And I thought, oh, I don't like fads. I don't like trends. I'm not really into that. So no, everybody else is doing it. I'm not going to do it, because I'm just going to be Henri like that. And it changed my whole entire life. I was getting so sick. I was always getting sick. I was, having such a hard time of it. And just by cutting out that food, the die-off was terrible, but just by cutting out that food, I could breathe better. I found this energy. It was amazing. And nobody else ever said that. And it was just this little thing. And it was like, well, what do you have to lose? And that was the truth. Like, what did I have to lose? And that's what you're going to be seeing here. And it's going to be, and that's what I'm seeing. It's like a bit of resentment. It's kind of like, well, this couldn't have happened sooner. Like, somebody couldn't have spotted this, and it had to be me. And that's what I see here with your inner self. It's like, this couldn't be, I couldn't have had help. I had to do this on my own. But then you're going to see the divinity as as the fog clears, as you embrace this power, as luck is with you, as you are transforming and becoming and embracing, you start to move forward in a way, and you start to hear this call that you might not have been ready for if everything had been in alignment before. And it then leads you to the Lovers. It leads you to falling in love with your life. It leads you to falling in love with yourself and with your soul and with where you want to be, and looking at things and being like, well, why can't joy be a part of my life? Why can't brilliance guide me forward? And it's not keeping everybody happy. So that is one of the mistakes that we make, especially when we have the Lover's card come forward and we have this love being such a beautiful part of our existence. We think, oh, I have to make everybody happy, and everybody just has to be in love with life all the time, and then it will be fine. And you're going to see here, that's not the case at all. What you're seeing is you're seeing yourself fall in love with your life and being able to say, either they accept me, they accept me. They don't accept me, they don't accept me. But this is my truth. This is my path. This is my love. This is my light. This is my being. And this is the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine coming together. This is you honoring both aspects of yourself. This is you honoring the lives that you have lived before and the life that you have lived now. And looking at every single bump, every single hurdle, every single fear that has held you back, and giving name to it, seeing it, honoring it, respecting it, moving forward with this truth, so that love becomes a present state of being. It becomes a meditation of existence. And that's what you're stepping into, Cancer. And that is why I'm so terribly excited for you, because there is a sense of looking here and saying, I am richer than I could have imagined. I know a truth that eludes others, and I am crafting this. Oh, that's so interesting. Here, I thought that was, for a second, I looked at that and I thought it was blood, and I was like, oh my goodness. But no, it's the ribbons, coming down. It's the words being recorded. It's the strength being seen, and you're seeing it within yourself. And you're also seeing how air sculpts marble, but also marble can be sculpted, in a sense, by water. And you're seeing that truth becoming a part of you. You're seeing your heart and your mind connecting. You're seeing this understanding, this wisdom, this power of self moving you forward. And you're starting to embrace being the warrior, not only of your emotions, okay, but of what your mind wants, of the way that you want to move forward, of what it is that you've longed for. And you're starting to say, why can't I? Why can't I move forward in this truth? Why can't I rewrite, the story? Why can't I, embrace new chapters and new ways forward and a new sense of being? Because it leads you here to this empowerment and this sense of the pen is mightier than the sword, and this sense of embracing what it is that you love. I just see her kind of like as writing to her lover, telling this beautiful story, and it is such power and such truth that it winds up changing the course of how she digests things, of how she looks at things. And so it takes you out of your fear. It takes you out of the doubt of the Eight of Swords. It takes you out of the negativity, because all within your heart, you have this air sign energy coming forward, and you have the duality of the Gemini energy. You have that kind of chaotic, curious way forward, and then you have the air sign energy of the mind and the power of the mind, and then the doubts and the fears and everything that holds us back, the shackles that are within our own brain. And so with the Eight of Swords, you're looking at the way that you want to move forward. You're looking at what it is that you need and why you can get to a certain point, and then all of a sudden you stop. All of a sudden it becomes too overwhelming, or you lose interest, or things kind of just fall to the wayside, and you're looking at the Eight of Swords and you're saying here, why am I trapped within my own mind? Why am I trapped within my own being? Because I don't want this anymore. And you start to break free. But as you break free, and because you are breaking free, this is the world trying to hold you in darkness. This is the world trying to say, well, you don't want to move forward this way. You want to stay in doubt. You want to stay questioning yourself. You don't want to move forward in the truth that divinity so wants you to transform into. And so there is that bit of a war. There is that bit of a pull and a push and a stumble. And what you're looking at here is then the nightmares, the doubts, the fears, the way that you can stay up at night worrying, or the way that you're trying to make things so perfect that you wind up staying up at night worrying and then running yourself down, burning the candle at both ends, not truly being present in where you need to be, soul, body, and self, to move you forward in grace, beauty, and existence. And so you're looking at the nightmares, the baby bird here fallen out of the nest with the hunter right there. And you're saying, no, I can save it. I can save it because I will always be protected. I will always be secure. Divinity, even if I am eaten by the nightmare, but it's kind of like, Jonas and the whale? It's kind of like being eaten by the whale, but being protected. It's kind of like Geppetto with the whale. He's protected within the whale. It's not where he wants to be right now, but he then gets saved and he gets to move forward. And Pinocchio finds him. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing this saving grace come forward. And even the nightmares, when the nightmares swallow, what you're doing is from the inside, you're looking at the nightmare and saying, why are you here? Why are you holding me back? What is it that I need to learn? And you're going to see that nightmare then dissolve away. It doesn't get to have the power to clip your wings, to break your wings, to confine you, to put you in a cage of darkness. You start to sit there and you name it. Because when you name it, you claim something. But also, you can connect with something mentally so much more. So when you're naming this, when you're looking at what it is that holds you back, call it forward. Call it forward in the darkness. Let it have a face. But also let it come before you in a way that it wants to represent itself. So you have fear, you have nightmares. How does that come before you when you think about it? Does it come before you in a shape of a black mist? Does it come before you in a shape of the door creeping open in your bedroom when you were little, like of the closet and monsters coming out? What is it that you see? And why is it that you see that? And say, why? What is holding me back? What is keeping me? And then as it transforms and it names itself, you give it a face. Because you give it a face because you are talking with it. You are civilly coming together. And you are looking at the fears that have held you back. And you're looking at the dreams that want to move you forward. And you're looking at the fears that sit there and say, but I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect you because you can't fail if you don't try. You can't fail if you stay still. And it's like, yeah, but you can never fly either. You will never fully embrace your joy in your dreams if you don't take this risk forward. And that's why you have the Queen here saying, this is what I love. This is what I need. This is why I am a warrior of my soul and of myself. And you have the Chariot moving you towards your greater truth. Is it slow and steady? Yeah, this is literally a snail's race. But look at the beauty that is around you. I'm such a sucker too for these colors, but there's always such beauty here that is coming forward. And so even though you're going slowly, and as you're embracing you're embracing the Chariot, okay, which represents you in the major arcana, you are seeing the beauty that is around you. And because you're moving forward slowly, methodically, succinctly, you're starting to look at things and say, I never saw that before, or, oh, I never thought of it that way before. And because you're moving forward at the exact divine right pace, which I always find terribly frustrating. I want things yesterday, if not sooner. And so here, with the Chariot, you are moving forward in the grace of being, with your angels' wings around you, in divine understanding, and divine timing is moving you. And you're going to find that as a charioteer, we often overlook the Chariot. And I feel a lot of times, Cancer, you often get overlooked. People sit there and they say, oh, you're good, you're quiet, that's fine. But the thing with the Charioteer is that the Charioteer is fierce. The Charioteer was the greatest of the warriors back in the day. And that's what you're embracing. You're one of the greatest of the warriors today. To move forward in your heart's truth, to connect with what you love, to look at what it is that you desire and you need. And then it moves you to the Five of Swords. It moves you to seeing what has held you back, what has kept you from really heading in the direction that you want to be in, or what has made the pace so slow. And again, you're naming it. You're looking at it. You're seeing it with power and with understanding. And the Five of Swords, for me, most definitely, is the sense of, I avoided it before. This is one of the life lessons. This is part of the karmic debt. This is the generational curse that was spoken over me. And I had to face this. I had to see it. And when I first faced it, I ran away. When I faced it again, I'm going to kind of run away. But now when you're facing it, and you might be like, why? Why do I have to face people who are just like this? Like people who you could literally change their name, like give them each other's name, and they would just mesh. It would be the same person, different name, different space, but they act the same. They are so similar. And you're going to see yourself now freeing yourself from the chains that they have around you, from that lesson. And it doesn't mean that it happens overnight. It means that you're looking at things and you're saying, what's right for me? Like, what do I need to do for me to move me forward in this situation, to move me forward in this power, to move me forward in this grace? And as you see this, you see yourself and you see those situations coming up. And instead of looking at them and saying, gosh, life is so unfair. You're like, oh, this is a pattern. This is my pattern. And I get to break those chains that I was born into. I get to break that way of being, and I get to embrace me. I get to see me, not being bullied by anybody else, not having my voice drowned by anybody else, not being put down by anybody else. I get to see me. And then you start to see where you've perpetuated this within the workspace, within your home life, within the partners that you've chosen. Time and time again, because we tend to find wound mates. And wound mates aren't just people that we have relationships with, aren't just friends and lovers. They are the job that keeps on telling us we're not good enough. They're the coworkers that keep on belittling us. And we find those wounds, and because they perpetuate the wounds that were spoken over us when we were very small, we sit there and we're like, oh, well, that's what I'm used to. That's what I get. And divinity at this time is saying, oh no, it's been a long road here, but it's time to change the whole entire game. And you move forward in judgment of self, because you've looked at you and it's like, no, you know what? I'm not okay with this anymore. I rise above. I rise above the doubts, the fears, the negativity, the anger, the pain, the disappointment. My angels are around me. I am blessed. I am graced. I am empowered. I am emboldened. And I will not be held back. This is a resurrection of spirit. This is finding your passion again, finding that fire and absolutely embracing it. And then you become the defender of your prosperity. You become the defender of your wealth and your truth. And yes, the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving knight, but it is also the steadiest moving knight, knowing exactly what they want and exactly what they need. And that's what you're embracing here. And no one will take it away from you. You are building a solid foundation, a foundation not made of sand, but it's like a Roman road is what I'm seeing here. And if you look at those ancient Roman roads, if you've ever seen one, they stand the test of time today. Our roads today do not. You're building to last. It will take longer, but it will be exquisite, and it will be something that is deeply remembered and honored. Oh, goodness. So let's go deeper. Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Angels and spirit guides. Angels. Angels and spirit guides. Angels. And one bonus card. Fantastic. And now let's look at the people to be mindful of during this time. I really love the back of these cards. I just have to state it. They look like medieval tapestries. I think it's so pretty. Okay. I had to have a moment. All right, let's see. Who does Cancer need to be mindful of? January 16th to the 31st, 2021. Cancer. Who does Cancer need to be mindful of? January 16th to the 31st, 2021. Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So we have here the Princess of Pentacles. This is an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But remember, it doesn't have to be. It is going to be somebody who is very concerned with money, okay? Who's going to be a little tricky with it, okay? Going to be doing things to get themselves more money when they need to kind of like step back a little bit and they need to like stop and ask for advice or ask for help or ask for guidance. And this is going to be somebody where you're kind of like, oh, wow, that sounds like a great idea. Or, oh, wow, I didn't know you could do it. And just be really mindful. Just be really mindful with this person. They're also going to use a little bit of power, like rudely. They're going to corrupt it. It's like they have a little bit of power and they're going to push it as far as they can possibly go with it. And then you have the Prince of Swords. So the Prince of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a person here who's not seeing the real big picture. So with the Knight of Swords, I always see this as a person who slays the dragon, cuts through the poisons within our world and ascends, reaches higher elevation. And this is going to be a person who isn't doing that. They're not looking at how they're hoarding away their gifts. They're not looking at the poison within the beauty of life and existence. They're not ascending and awakening the sleeping part of themselves. They're just going to think, okay, force equals right, and I'll just cut it down. I'll just go after. I'm not really going to think this through. So they, again, are going to have kind of like the Princess of Pentacles. They're going to have this really great talk, but they're going to have this really abrasive way of going about it. And you just need to be mindful with them that you don't get caught up in their scheme or in their sense of, oh, well, how could this possibly fail? And there's going to be a sense of, well, if you thought it through just a little bit, how would you think this would work, type of thing. And then you have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is going to be somebody who's very hot-headed, and this is going to be somebody who can get really, really cruel. It's kind of like when they start yelling, and they're really good at knowing people's like weaknesses. So when they start yelling, they're just going to go for the jugular, and they're just going to kind of go for the kill. And here, and I mean that figuratively, of course. So here, it's just kind of like, watch out with them. Just watch out, because they're going to be very passionate, they're going to be very single-minded, they're going to be very focused, and they're going to want you to do exactly as they say. And they're not going to give any room for any sort of interpretation or, greater understanding. It's just not going to be them. It's like, it has to be like this, and that's that. Okay, so let's see here. We have the Six of Swords, the Princess of Discs, the Princess of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. So you're definitely taking that gift. Oh, I love that. So you have a negative Princess of Pentacles here, but you have a very positive Princess of Pentacles here. So that's really cool. The Five of Swords. Ooh, I don't like that. Ooh, I don't like things near my eyes. Oh, okay. The Queen of Pentacles. That's going to be your reaction to something. It's like, it's too close. It's too much. It's not good. But it's actually going to wind up being very prosperous for you. And then you have the Five of Wands. Oh, I love Medusa. Okay. So the repeat of the number 5 is freedom coming forward. The story of Medusa is so unfair, too, but there is such a sense of strength and guardianship. And Medusa was actually used as a symbol in the ancient world to protect and to guard over. So that's really cool. Then you have the Prince of Pentacles. You have the Prince of Cups, which is you moving forward. Water sign energy, of course. And then you have the Eight of Swords. Again, there's this sense of feeling trapped here. You had this in the main part of the reading, and now you have it here. You had this within your heart, and it was rooting you. Was it rooting you? No, it was almost rooting you, but it's here now rooting you in the public arena. And it can really take away from all the blessings that are coming forward with the Nine of Pentacles, with the sense of, getting to enjoy some real beauty before more hard work comes forward. So we start off here with the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is the sense of, it's a sense of moving forward, but it's a sense of almost being here. It's like ascending from doubt and fear and despair and despondency as you move forward as being a student. And I'm actually seeing here, okay, so Athena was from Zeus's head, right? And she is the goddess of, is she the battle goddess? She's the wisdom goddess. But she also like looks at battles and like plans everything out. And so here I see you rising in wisdom, in battle, in truth, out of everything that you have learned and everything that you have discovered. And you are finding a new way forward. And I see you very much embracing this kind of Athena-like passion. And it's not all the corrupt things with Athena. It's all the beautiful things. It's all the blessings and all the power and all the different ways forward that you hadn't seen before. And you rise up, you move forward. And are there bumpy, points along the way? Absolutely. But are you looking at things and saying, this is so much greater than I realized, and this is so much more than I thought? Yes, you are. And it leads you to being a princess of your prosperity. It leads you to looking at things as you move forward with the death card, as you have the dying away of the old self and the rebirth of the new. And you're looking at how to replant the seeds. You're not coming to things here in the inner self as the queen, as the more mature wisdom. You're coming as the discoverer, as the quester. And that's going to be very you within your inner self during this time. You quest, you discover, you're looking, you're going to be sitting there and saying, well, what if you try it like this? And what if you do it like that? What would happen? And you're starting to see these gifts coming to you, and they come to you in the most astounding of ways, in ways where you sit there and you're thinking, was that a gift? Was that the way I was supposed to move forward? Because it's coming at you fast, but yet at the same time slow. So it's fast, slow right here, which I think is rather funny. That's what Spirit's saying. And you're going to be looking at it, and it's like, is this what I want? Is this what I need? Is this what I want to plant, in my dreams, in my desires? And it's like, yes, it is. And you're going to start to see things that you've started giving up on, starting to come forward. And it's not because, it's because you're focusing, yes. And it's not because you're sitting on the couch eating chips, just waiting for things to happen. But you're working towards this, and you're making things happen. You're claiming back this power. And you're going to start to see that things that you once thought, well, maybe I was just wrong, or, maybe that was a dream, and, everybody has to grow up kind of thing. You start to see those dreams come forward. You start to see what you've longed for really start to come into your life. This is what you've longed for. This is the power and the beauty and the creation and the becoming. And it changes. It changes the way you see things. And I still think this is freaky. So here, you embrace what you love. You embrace the strength. And it's reorienting the eyes. It's reorienting what you see, what you take out of a situation, what it is that you desire. And you have the Five of Swords in the main part of the reading, in the public arena. And you have the swords now, the Five of Swords, at your heart, where you are seeing things that have come at you before. And now you're handling it differently. You're seeing it differently. You're embracing this power more honestly, more truthfully, more in a sense of, this is me. This is who I have to be. This is what I need to move forward. And I am not going to be held back, denied. I'm not going to be falling into those old patterns anymore. And then that's when you come to things. And in your heart, you are a queen. So people are going to try and tell you that you aren't. Cancer, they're just wrong. And the queens, for me, they are more behind the scenes. You don't want to be, and you don't need to be center stage during this time. You need to connect with your heart, your truth, your soul, yourself. And that moves you into a place of prosperity, out of doubt and fear. And when you start to see the prosperity coming, when you start to see the magic coming, you start to see your world opening. You're like, oh, and it's just a little bit of success. It's the Matthew principle. And I believe that's in economics. It's like, to much is given, much is expected. I think that's the Matthew principle. And look it up because I can't exactly remember. But it's kind of like once you start to build, you start building like exponentially. I think I'm saying that right. And then when you start to lose, you can also start to going downhill really, really quickly. And so here, it's looking at things, and it's looking at the power, it's looking at the prosperity, it's looking at the bounty, it's looking at what you need within your life, what you are calling forward. And it's calling, I mean, it's calling for different eyes. You're seeing things differently, and it's planting wealth within your world. It's planting power within your soul. It's freeing you from this cage. And you're going to see that you just start to build. It starts to become. And it starts to be so much more. And you turn to stone the nightmares that have held you back. It's no longer, sitting there with the dreaded, hunted fear. It's looking at things and saying, this is what I am. This is who I am. It's looking at Medusa. And Medusa was turned into this Gorgon because she had beautiful hair. She had beautiful hair, and I believe it was Athena who turned her into a Gorgon. And the story, it varies, when you read about it, but it is quite traumatic, and it's quite nasty. And so here, you see yourself transforming, and you see yourself leaving the nastiness behind, because there gets to be beauty, there gets to be sweetness, there gets to be, yes, destruction, but there also gets to be that rebirth. And this becomes not the fighting for fighting's sake. This becomes a sense of, I'm not getting in everybody else's petty squabbles and arguments. I'm moving forward in my truth. I'm moving forward in where I stand. And that might make me different, but I don't really care. I can't be like anybody else. And I don't want to be. And so you face the nightmare, and you come out stronger because of it. You come out more authentically and powerfully you. And you slowly and steadily move in that prosperity, in your bounty, towards where it is that you need to be, soul, spirit, and self. With the Five of Swords, what you need to face. And with the Chariot, you are embracing your inner truth. So slowly and steadily, you are building up your prosperity on this earthly plane. You are building what you need. And you're going to be looking at it. And at times you're going to sit there and be like, well, that's just silly. Like, that doesn't make any sense. How could I possibly need this? But then, because you have these two knights that are moving pretty much at the same pace. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles is slower. The Knight of Cups, of course, is faster. So you're moving forward slowly on the earth, but obtaining what it is that you love, what it is that nourishes your plot of land, your space of truth. And as you do so, you're defending what you love. You're defending what you desire within life. You are looking at this and saying, this is sacred. This is what I stand for. This is who I am in a way I hadn't realized before. And then it brings you to the Eight of Swords. It brings you to a place of doubt and of fear. And again, with the Knight of Coins, now here it grounds you. Here it crowns you. It brings you to a sense of saying, I can defeat this. I can defeat the doubt, the fear, the anger, the upset. It's not going to be gone forever, but I can have it so that it doesn't tie me in darkness. It doesn't make me doubt myself all the time, because I'm looking at it. I'm honoring it. It is being named. It is being seen. It is being heard. So in our world, we have our fight or flight reaction to things, which is very primitive, and it's how we developed. It's how our ancestors survived, because we were hunter-gatherers for longer than we were modern people. And so when you have something that happens, you either want to fight it, and because so much of our world that we can be anxious over isn't something that we can fight, we want to then run from it. And so we run from it within our mind, we avoid it, we, kind of step away. And here, with the Eight of Swords, we're looking at that fight or flight reaction, and we're giving it honor, because that's what kept our ancestors alive. But we're looking at the fear and saying, you don't get to have the ability to run me out of my world. You don't get to have the ability to keep me from my goals. And that's what leads you then to blessings. That what leads you to stepping into blessings, beauty, and truth, and saying, this is what I've worked for. And I know there's a heck of a lot of hard work ahead, but I get to revel in this now, and I get to embrace this beauty. And it opens up the world for you in a way that frees you, in a way that embraces you. So let's see what your spirit animal message is. Cancer. Oh, goodness. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. January 16th to the 31st, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. And we start off here with the butterfly spirit transformation. It says here the transformation is beautiful. And the transformation, though it feels like a death of who you once were to become who it is that you are now, it is a beautiful and powerful transformation. And it is divinely guided, most definitely. It then leads you to the swan spirit. It's time to dive deep. Deep into what you want, deep into the recesses of your psyche, deep into your soul and into yourself. It's time to dive deep because you're freeing yourself of demons. And then it moves you to the coyote spirit. Trust in the divine detours. There are divine reasons for every single detour along your path. And you might not see it. You might not like it at times. You might sit there and, it's kind of like the gnashing of the teeth and the pulling of the hair, right? In the Iliad and the Odyssey, where you're just grieving and it's just too much. But the divine detours mean something. Every single thing that you have been through means something. You're not a mistake. And divinity has never left you. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the beaver spirit. Lay a solid foundation for your truth, for what you're building in your life, for what it is that you desire, and what it is that you love. Lay a solid foundation because your heart is right. And your mind is clear. Your subconscious person message is the lovers coming through again. Gemini energy. It's falling in love with life. It's embracing bliss. And I kept on seeing it as, the little death here, which of course is the French term for orgasm. And so here you are embracing that little death. You're embracing that spark of inspiration. And that's going to be moving forward very powerfully through you and with you. And then it moves you to your subconscious chakra message, which is nurturing. The Earth Star Chakra, nurturing your dreams, nurturing the inner child, nurturing what it is that you want from life, nurturing the part of you that needs to be taken care of, that needs to be coddled at times. Then we have your subconscious tarot message, which is the Two of Cups. Healing, beautiful love moves you forward. You have now the Minor Arcana Lovers card, and you've had the Lovers twice. There is a sense of healing, there is a sense of love and of beauty and of, seeing where you stand and what it is that you truly want. And being surprised by it. To go deeper into this subconscious message, we have the Seven of Wands, knowing when to fight and when to sit there and say, enough is enough, I'm done. It's not wasting your energy on every fool, on every person who doesn't understand your vision, your way forward. It's saving your energy, because when you do act, it will shake the mountains, and it will definitely be taken note of, not because of rage or of anger, but because of the force behind the power that you are, the stance that you are taking, and the power that you are embracing. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as the doubt is broken, and as you enter into a brilliance that takes your breath away. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you, May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer.